Using SPARKvue as well as a Pasco wireless smart gate for the first time, don't worry, I got you. So the first time you run this software, there's going to be a bunch of pop-ups. The first one about asking to record. To maintain your privacy, no, you don't want it to record your audio. You don't want it to track you, so you can disable the GPS and it'll pop up twice. But on the fourth pop-up, which will happen after you click on sensor data, this is the one time where you do want to click on it. For if you don't click on allow, it'll never find your device. So you click on allow to find your device, and now's a good time to turn on your device. The Bluetooth icon will light up, and then you should be able to see your device up there. As a hint, each device has its own corresponding serial number, so make sure the serial number of the device matches up to the one you're going to click up above. For if you don't click on the right one, then unfortunately, you're going to be hooked up to your classmates, and you're not going to get the right data. Before you click on graph, you'll see there's a cogwheel right at the center of the screen. Make sure you click on it, for you may have accessories attached to your smart gate. In this case over here, I have a super pulley. If you're wondering how did I mount the super pulley on here, I just use a standard 1/4 inch, 20 thread per inch little screw, probably only a 1/4 inch deep, and I screwed it in a mount in place. That way it's nice and tidy, and you can just drop it on your table and capture the data away. Anyways, we have a smart pulley here, so you click on smart gate only, and you search for smart pulley linear. It'll light up in orange on the left. And now you know that it's been selected. You click on OK. Arc length of 15 millimeters is correct for this one here. And now you can click on graph on the right hand side. I know it's tempting to click on start right now, and you can, but if you've ever done labs before, if you click on start too early, you have a bunch of empty data at the beginning, or if you click on it too late, then you miss out on the data. So how about you let the machine automate it for you? And it's pretty easy. You'll notice right over here, there's a little blue circle. Click on the blue circle. For sample rate, I think you have to drop down to 10 hertz because that's all this machine can handle. And for start condition, the condition type is that of measurement. What are we measuring? The positions. Select measurement, position. Don't use rise above. It won't track properly. You have to click on is above. Is above the value of 0, then it'll start recording for you. So you can click on OK, and once you're ready to go, make sure everything's all stationary. Click on start, and you'll see it's not recording anything right now until it starts moving. Isn't that data beautiful? And once you're done collecting the data, you can click on stop, and you can admire on how beautiful the curve is. Mind you, unfortunately, with it being shown on a cell phone screen, the resolution of it isn't good enough for drawing tangents. So what you'll want to do is that you'll want to click on share up here, and you want to share the data, and you want to export it as a CSV and email it to yourself. Then afterwards, you can open it up in Excel or in Google Sheets and plot it out as a scatter graph, Y versus X. And from there, turn on your major minor axes for your X-axis and Y-axis, and then make sure you print it on a full sheet of paper, draw your tangents as necessary, and then finish off in your lab. And that's it. That's how you use one of these devices. Good luck.